Hi there, and welcome to A Seat With Me podcast. My name is Solène, and I am your host. Welcome to a brand new episode of A Seat With Me. I hope you are doing good. I am coming to you happy. You want to know why? Guess what? Right now, right this second, it is 23 degrees in Berlin, 23, with a clear sky and sun outside. This afternoon, we are set to reach 25 degrees. Yes, you know what that means? It means that right after I am wrapping this up, I am heading to the first park that I can find, laying down in the sun with a good book and a nice playlist, because it is time. It is time for me to claim my melanin back, to get the melanin back that Berlin has stolen from me all these months. So this is my plan for today. Lay down somewhere in the sun. I hope you are enjoying the sun. Even if you have nothing to do outside, please go for a walk. It is good for the mind, good for the soul, good for the health. I promise that it will change it will turn your entire day around if you just go outside and take a walk and enjoy this nice weather. So I hope you are doing fantastic. Whatever you need, I am sending that to you. May it be rest, motivation, empowerment, whatever you need, I'm sending that to you. Take care of yourself. I always say that. I was scrolling on TikTok, as I do way too much, I will admit it. And if you are on TikTok right now, you know that there is a bit of, it's not drama, but there's always some type of discourse out there. There's always something happening on the TikToks. And although I don't see the point of bringing all of that to the podcast, there's always something that you can talk about. There's always a lesson that you can get from that, right? And as of right now, there is this content creator, this influencer she created her social persona, her social brand on giving dating advice to women on how to date better, basically, right? And turns out this content creator got in a relationship a few months ago. I don't follow her, but I've heard to the grapevines that she got in a relationship with someone, and now we are figuring out that this was not a good relation, that the person she was in a relationship with was not who she thought he was, and it was a pretty toxic situation with a pretty toxic breakup. He ended up cheating on her, I think, something like that, when she was her persona was about finding the right partner, choosing the right partner, and not get cheated on, And although we don't necessarily have to care or to judge what other people are doing, we can always learn from what is happening. And my lesson that I can give to you is prioritize yourself and do not hesitate to walk away when you feel like you have to. Reclaim your power, claim your power, take care of yourself first, so that whenever you are in a situation where you must walk away, you can. Do not ignore any flags, the red flags, the purple flags, or the green flags. Do not ignore the flags, and have the power to walk away when it is time. Also, this goes across genders, of course, but particularly for women. The way you are right now, you are fully, totally, and undoubtedly deserving of the most beautiful, pure, love that exists on this planet. You don't have to improve, you don't have to change, you don't have to do more, you don't have to wear something different, you don't have to say something different, you don't have to change your personality. The way you are deserving of love just the way you are. # Bruno Mars. But yeah, that is also a lesson that you can take. You don't have to change, you don't have to transform into someone else. You are deserving to receiving the best kind of love. And love does not hurt, love does not leave bruises, love cares, and love is tender. Okay, so that is the message that I want to send to you, because after hearing everything that is happening on TikTok, although we don't have to judge, we never know what's happening in someone's life, we can always come out with our own conclusion. And the conclusion is love yourself, do not ignore the flags, prioritize yourself, and when it's time to walk away, you do so. When it is time to walk away, you do so. Anyway, that was the small parenthesis, because I was just scrolling and I thought to myself, it's also a great opportunity to say that to you. Anyway, that being said, today I want to actually talk about failing. As it can be kind of a segue, but I do want to talk about failing, and not just in relationship. I want to talk about failing in public, and more than talk about it, I want to sell you on the idea of failing in public. I want you to fail more in public. I want you to understand that there is power in public failure, and more than it will happen on your road to success, it must happen on your road to success if you want to reach your destination, because the road of success, the road to success, is paved and filled with failure. Big failures, small failures, private failures, but most importantly, public failures. And like I say, you must not shy away from it. As my perspective is, you need to fail in public if you want to reach your destination, because the truth is, you're not actually afraid of failure itself. You are afraid of being seen failing, and I'm going to talk about a little bit more the why behind that. But the failure in itself, not succeeding at something, losing something, that's not necessarily what scares you, because it happens every time, every day, every month. It happens in life. We know what failure is, but you are actually afraid of people seeing you failing. And that is two different things. This episode is episode 50, which is a milestone. 50 episode of A Sit With Me podcast. I am immensely proud. However, failing in public, failing loudly, failing awkwardly is also part of this podcast. When I hear the first 10 episodes of this podcast, I cringe, but it is part of the journey. I am at episode 50 because I accepted to fail in public in order to get me to where I am today, in order to get me to where I'm going. Your favorite influencer started with no followers and no views. Your favorite singers started with singing in bars with no one knowing them, with no one listening to them. Think about Lady Gaga. Go read the story of Lady Gaga and how she started, right? Your favorite author started with no editors, with no publishers, probably being refused, being rejected by publishing houses countless of times. You launch something, it does not work. You publish something, you get no views or no listeners or no likes. It is part of the whole path. And people love this idea of working in silence. I agree. I understand to some degree. I understand and I agree with it. However, more often than not, this working in silence thing is fear disguised as strategy. You think that by working in silence and by hiding whatever you're doing and not talking about it to people around you, you think that you are strategizing your way to success, when actually you're just simply afraid of being seen trying, of being seen failing. You are afraid of the reviews and the feedback that you will get from people. So you think that it is a strategy. Oh, I'm not going to talk about anything. I'm not going to talk about anything up until it is a success. But in order for it to become a success, you will need to talk about it to people. You will need to talk about it to us. Hiding your growth from people prevents you from actually growing. You stay safe, but you're not actually growing. You're actually stuck, because growing, the act of growing and expanding, come from friction with the world, come from exposing yourself to other people, come from conversation and feedback. You know that feeling when you just had this amazing conversation with friends or with a group of people or a therapy session? That is growing. That is you expanding. That is your mind expanding. You rarely see, very few flowers or trees are thriving and growing in a dark room, locked somewhere with no exposure to the environment, right? I don't know much about flowers that are thriving in the darkness or alone. A plant, a tree needs the sun, need the air, need the soil, need water. We need to, in order for you to grow and to thrive, you must be in community with others. You must show yourself and you must give and receive from people. Yes, it will feel safer to do it that way, but you are actually stuck and you are actually trying to stay in control. And by not being seen, by working in silence, you're actually trying to remain in control and actually trying to stay safe. But success exists outside of your comfort zone. Success exists outside of your safety zone. It's when you are challenged, when you are interacting with others, when your ideas and your concept is receiving feedback that you can actually grow and improve. Hence why this myth of private progress can actually hinder your growth and actually make you take a few steps back instead of going forward. And something else that we did, we created this culture of fear of the cringe. We've made the art of trying look embarrassing. How stupid is that, right? We made being seen, feeling seen, cringy. Let me tell you something. There is nothing cringe. Cringe does not exist. Cringe only exists in your mind. Cringe only exists in your brain. And there's this quote that I love. Cringe is the price of entry for every dream that you have. Cringe is the price that you pay, the hill that you need to overcome to access your dreamland, to access every single dream that you have, right? You need to remove the concept of cringe. We need, as a whole, actually, to remove the concept of cringe. And as a matter of fact, no one finds actually anything cringe. If someone is telling you that something is cringe, it's actually them projecting their inability on you. If someone is telling you, if you're trying something new, if you're trying something out, if you're launching something, if you're wearing something, saying something, doing something, and someone says that it is cringe, it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. They're projecting on you their inability to get outside of their comfort zone. They are projecting their inability to get outside of their safety zone on you. Do never listen, never ever listen this idea of cringiness, because we've made the beauty, we've made trying look embarrassing, and that is also hindering your progress, hindering your success. Because if you're listening to that inner voice, that inner saboteur that's telling you it is cringe, it is a way of your brain to keep you safe. But again, success does not exist in safetiness. Is that a word, safetiness? Anyway, success does not exist where you feel safe. Success exists when you're growing, and growing comes from being seen trying, and sometimes, yes, being seen failing. And the reason why I want to sell you on this idea of failing in public, right? The reason why I want to make you understand that, it's because there is a hidden power in failing in public. Failing in public is much more powerful than you think it is. It is not cringe, and also, like I told you 1,000 times, people don't even care. We don't really care. Okay, you cannot, even after having scrolled 2 hours on social media, you cannot give me the name of 3 people that you saw. Okay, people don't actually care when you are just at the beginning. The person that is sabotaging you the most and judging you the most, it's you. But more than that, there is power in the necessity of failing in public. First of all, it builds resilience. You don't break, you learn. You never fail, you always learn. If you never stop, you never fail, right? So by trying and pivoting and getting up again, it builds resilience. And once you will receive that version of success that you are going for, you will need resilience to keep it, as to not making a temporary success in your life, right? Second of all, it makes you visible. People do not support ghosts. We fall and we follow and we support stories. I need to see you to connect to you. I need to hear you to connect to you, to relate to you, to see myself in you, to support you, to like, to share, to buy. I need to see you and to hear you. You need to be visible in order for you to succeed. As much as you think that working in public, in private will work, at some point your project, whatever that is, even if it's just you wanting to be an actor, wanting to be a director, launching a business, at some point you will need the world, you will need society to grow it, to buy into it. But people, we follow stories. I need to see you so I can connect to you, so I can support you. So second of all, it makes you visible. Number 3, you build credibility, because you become someone who does, not just someone who talks. I saw this TikTok of a lady who was saying, become someone who execute. You are underestimating how many people are watching in silence and how admirative and how motivating it is to see you keep going. Basically, how many people are encouraged and inspired if you keep going, if you show yourself, if you put yourself out there, if you keep going. So you build credibility, and it takes a long time for you to gain support, right? Think about how many times you had to see someone or see a product or hear a song before you actually support the artist or the person. It takes a while. So you need to keep showing up so you can be more credible in the eyes of the people who are watching you, and also secretly inspire them, right? Because if you keep showing up, people understand that they can rely on you, that you are a reliable person, that the content from you or the book from you or whatever it is that you're selling, it's reliable, it's credible, that they can count on you now and in 2 months, 3 months, a year. And that is how you build something strong, a strong base, a strong community. So it builds credibility. Number 4, it calls your people. So it is directly related to building credibility, but you also attract the right audience, the right team member. At some point you will need a team, right? The right friends, the right chosen family. All these people, they see you because you are showing up as yourself, because you are attracting your community, and you need a community. I will repeat that every episode if I have to. Community is a necessity. But in order for you to attract the right people, to meet the right people, to attract the right opportunities, you must show up. You cannot just work in silence in a corner of a dark room thinking that you will solve everything, thinking that you will find every solution in the dark corner on your own. Absolutely not. You need a tribe. You need your people. So by showing up, even after failing in public, you will attract the person that will tell you, actually, I have a solution for you. Actually, I can see you. I can help you. Okay? And the last thing is, it makes you more confident. We have this wrong idea about confidence. We think that confidence is something that you get. Confidence is something that you were born with, and that you need confidence to start something. Absolutely not. You get more confident when you do more. The more you do, the more you prove to yourself that you can do, the more you prove to yourself that you can rely on yourself. The more you improve, the more you want to do. So being seen by people, trying and pivoting and getting up again, you become actually more confident because you prove to yourself, oh, I did that, I can do it again. And you start finding solutions, finding new ways to do stuff. Oh, maybe I can change the angle. Maybe I can change the lighting. Maybe I can rewrite that. Maybe I can, draw it another way. You find new ways to improve. And the more you do that, the more you prove yourself that you are someone who can do. And this is how you build confidence, by doing over and over and over again for yourself. And then you see the growth, right? Then 6 months, a year after, you look back and you're like, oh my God, I came so far. Like I told you, me, when I listened to the first 10 episodes, I'm like, oh my God. But I'm proud of them, because without episode number 1, there is not episode number 50. And I improved along the way. Because the first draft of something is rarely, almost never, the draft that will make you successful. It's almost never the last draft. Think about Emma Grede, right? She founded this company called Good American. And she said on the podcast, the Good American, it's the name of the company, the Good American brand that we see right now has nothing to do with the Good American that she started with, that she put on paper. Because along the way, she put it out and then she worked on it. Then she listened to the feedback. And then she, even as a founder, as a person, as a woman, she evolved and she infused her growth into the brand, right? So do not think that it needs to be perfect. Do not think that you need to be more confident. Start and show up every day, every week, every month, and you will grow inevitably. You will evolve. You will become more confident inevitably. All right, so these are all the hidden power that are into being seen and failing in public. Also, something that we must not underestimate, and something that you know if you talk to people in their 80s, 70s, 90s, the pain of failing in public is actually not that bad. The real pain is when you are running away from your power. The real pain is not cringe, it's not shame, it's regret. There is a silent pain when you stay hidden, when you stay small, when you run away from your potential, when you don't put yourself out there, and when you're not seen. You think that failing in public will hurt you. No, the real hurt will come from being invisible to your own potential. It's so much better to live with, oh, I'm glad I did. Even though it did not work out the way I thought it would, I'm glad I did. It's so much better to live with that than live with, oh, I regret. Oh, I wish I had. Oh, I should have been more bold in my younger years. Oh, I should have done more. I should have said more. I should have put myself out there. I should have tried harder. Do not be the person who waits too long and never starts. Do not be the person living with regrets. Because living with regrets is the most excruciating existence that you can have. Because you living with regrets means that you spend decades living in other people's mind, not in your mind, not in your own power. You are thinking of what other people would think, what would they see if you do that. You are not living in awareness in the present, and you are not living in your existence as the creator of your reality. And that is the most painful existence. So that is also why you must be seen. You must put yourself out there, because the real pain is not receiving any likes, or not making any sales, or being judged, or not the real pain is living with the regret of not having done it. So to avoid being the person who lives with regrets, to avoid being the person who waits too long to start, I'm offering you a mindset shift. You need a mindset shift. So think that you are not failing, you are practicing. Just like everything, you need practice. Working out, drawing, writing, you need practice. So think that is not failing, it is practicing. You are shaping something in the public eye so it can become excellent in private. You are putting it out there and iterating and optimizing and testing so that at some point it becomes your technique becomes excellent in private. But you need to test and try and optimize and iterate to become excellent, to become perfect. And all of that, it's all part of your story. Think when you are, in the lower curve, think that it is all part of your book. It's all part of the movie that will make about your life. Those trials and tribulation, those public failures, those things that you put out and that did not work out the way you thought they would, it's all part of the bigger picture. Look at us looking at the videos of Doechii, who is now one of the biggest names, one of the hottest names in the music industry right now. She was a YouTuber. I mean, I don't know if she claimed to be a YouTuber, but she posted a bunch of YouTube videos about her story. Randomly reviewing makeup, doing the artist way, the book, right? Randomly talking about her trials and tribulation, quitting her job, not having any ideas how she will succeed, and putting that out there. We're looking at now, it is part of her bigger story. Now we're looking at that and we're praising her like, girl, you didn't give up. And now she's a motivation to us because she dared to be seen. She dared to put herself out there and to believe in her dreams more than anyone ever did. And now look at her, Grammy winning artist. Okay, so remind yourself that failure will teach you confidence, clarity, humility, resilience, and momentum. Failure is a necessity. Failure is a necessary part of the process. Be fine with it, but also understand that it is powerful to put yourself out there. The reward is worth 1,000, 1,000,000 more. the risk of putting yourself out there. Again, cringe does not exist. People don't care that much, okay? The idea of cringe only exists in your mind, and you must get over that. Cringe is the price that you pay to have access to the life of your dream. You do not need more confidence to start. You need to start to get more confidence. And it is powerful to be seen. It is revolutionary for you. It is empowering to be seen. So do not wait to be perfect. Do not compare yourself to what you see on social media or in the media, because you only see the destination. You only see when people reach their destination. And we forget all the hard work that they've done all these years. Start exactly where you are today and do 1% every single day. Post the art, launch the project, start the conversation, record the video, post the TikTok, say the thing, wear the thing. Do it today. Do not wait. And watch people support you and be there for you and find you. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be seen. Success does not require perfection. Success requires consistency. So give us the honor. Let us see you rise. Let us witness your beginning so you can become a motivation and an inspiration for us. It is an honor for us to see you where you are now, to see your humble beginning. It will be the best part of the documentary about your life. Okay, remember that your failure is not shameful. It is sacred. All right, this is what I wanted to talk to you about today. I hope it resonates with you. Get out there, physically, literally, metaphorically, spiritually. Get out there. Let us see you. Let us witness you on your journey. Take care of yourself. I love you dearly. Do something today for yourself. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Listen to yourself. Prioritize yourself. And yes, I see you next week. See you on other social medias, Solène all caps everywhere. And I love you dearly. See you next week.